If you're not getting the views that you want on your business TikTok right now, or maybe you're not making the sales that you want, this video is going to solve that for you, because by the end of this video, you're going to know the 4 mistakes that you're making that are decreasing your reach. You're going to know exactly how the TikTok algorithm works and how to maximize the amount of sales that you're currently getting on TikTok right now. In fact, this business right here used this to gain over 200,000 followers and to make millions of dollars from TikTok. And this business has been able to do the same thing, except they gain over 1 million followers. And the same exact thing could happen to your business if you implement the blueprint that I share with you. For starters, I need to make sure that you're not making several mistakes when it comes to your business on TikTok. The first one is you should never boost posts on TikTok. Boosting posts on TikTok is one of the worst things that you could do, because all that you're doing is taking a post that nobody wanted to see, forcing them to see it, which results in less sales and you just wasting money for your business. Instead, what you need to make sure that you're doing is getting posts to work organically to generate sales for your business, and then you can pour gasoline on that fire by taking that and running that as a spark ad through TikTok's ad platform. You should never be boosting posts simply through the mobile app. The second mistake you need to stop making is you need to stop posting content to all these apps that is the same exact piece of content. You shouldn't be posting the same content on TikTok as you do on Instagram, as you do on Snapchat, as you do on YouTube, as you do on Facebook. Why? Because all these platforms are different, and the context in which consumers consume content on all of them is completely different. I mean, think about it. You wouldn't talk to your daughter the same way that you talk to your grandma, the same way that you talk to your friend across the street, the same way you talk to your boss at work. And the reason for that is because it's all in different contexts, and you need to frame the things that you say to all those different people differently. And you need to think about social media apps the same exact way. So if you're posting content across TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and it's all the same content, it's probably why your business is failing on social media. The third thing that you need to stop doing is you need to stop saying link in bio, and you need to stop including links in your TikTok posts. TikTok doesn't want you to promote things that isn't native to TikTok. So you either need to be getting people to download something as a lead source, or you need to be selling something on TikTok Shop. If you're not doing it natively on TikTok and you're just trying to get people to go to a link, well, guess what? TikTok is going to throttle the amount of views that you get on that post, because they don't want to send people to your website. They don't want to send people to Amazon. They don't want to send people to some other website. They want people to be satisfied on TikTok. So the way that you're going to sell people things on TikTok is by not making ads, is by making organic content that solves a problem for somebody or gets them curious about something. And then guess what? They're going to do everything that they can to go find that thing. On top of that, you need to stop making content that looks like an ad on TikTok. Instead, you need to be making content that looks organic, because viewers, more than ever, don't trust ads and they don't trust brands. So you need to try to make your content look as unassuming as humanly possible, so that people will actually watch it and engage with it and not think that it's just some biased brand trying to sell them something. So now that you know the mistakes that you need to make sure that you're avoiding on TikTok, I want to share with you exactly how the TikTok algorithm works and how you could take advantage of this to start getting tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of views every single time that you're posting on TikTok. But first, I need to make sure that you're aware of the trends that businesses are taking advantage of right now on social media to skyrocket the amount of sales that they get. And lucky for you, my good friend of the channel, HubSpot, just released their 2024 State of Marketing Report, which outlines a bunch of different trends that you need to be aware of. And when I say just released, I literally mean this has been freshly baked in the oven, and I'm delivering it to you right now for free. This report will tell you things like how to get people's attention, increase your engagement and growth on social media, and even how to leverage AI for marketing. Best of all, it's 100% free if you go to the description below and download it right now. My favorite part about this report is where they talk about how consumers actually use social media to interact with the brands that they buy from or are thinking about buying from, and ultimately being able to understand your customer's psychology, because I think that this is the most valuable thing that you could be doing as a brand on social media. And the biggest takeaway that I got from it is it's totally different than how most business owners that I speak to actually think about this. Which is exactly why I'd strongly suggest that you go to the description below right now and download it, because it's 100% free. And don't forget, this report was made by HubSpot, today's video sponsor. Now, when it comes to actually understanding the TikTok algorithm, it's incredibly easy for you to understand. And the more that you try to complicate this, it's only going to lead to a decrease in views. The only thing that the TikTok algorithm cares about is 1, you're creating content on a topic that people are actually interested in. 2, you're creating content in a format that people like consuming content. If you mess up either of those 2 things, it's going to be the reason that you fail to get views right now. And I need to remind you of something. When it comes to the topic that you're talking about, literally a 1-word difference in the the description of your video or in the hook of your video could be the difference between TikTok knowing that they have an audience for something or knowing that they don't have an audience for something. And this could simply come down to the vernacular or the jargon that users are using on TikTok. And you calling something by the wrong name could be the reason that TikTok didn't know who to actually push that content to. On top of that, when it comes to the format, a 3-second difference in how long your video is could be the difference between your video getting views or your video not getting views. Because let's say that you're creating a piece of content about how to get six-pack abs. Obviously, there's a large amount of people that are interested in that. So we can check off the topic box, but what you didn't check is the format in which the post is being created. Was it faceless or did it have somebody on it? Was it a UGC piece of content or was it made by the brand? But more importantly, what was the actual length of that piece of content? Because if every video out there that TikTok is pushing about how to get six-pack abs is 60 seconds long, and you make a 7-second video, or a 5-minute video, or you make a 33-second video, well, guess what? Your video is going to get no reach because although you chose the right topic, you formatted that video incorrectly, and then as a result, you don't get the views that you want. So all you have to do to increase the amount of sales that you're getting and the amount of reach that you're getting is making sure that you're delivering to TikTok content on the topics that your audience is actually interested in the correct format. And ideally, you need to be creating 2 types of content. First type of content you want to create is evergreen content, aka search-based content, because more than 50% of people that are under the age of 35 are coming to TikTok to do searches for things as opposed to going to YouTube or going to Google or going to ChatGPT. And what does this mean? It means that if you can rank for search on TikTok, this is going to be incredibly valuable, and the best part about it is that people show a really high intent when they search for something. Imagine somebody was searching for something related to your business or solving a problem related to your business, and you showed up every single time 24/7. How valuable would that be to you? Or even more valuable, you retargeting those people that already showed that really high intent. This is going to drastically decrease the amount of money that you spend on advertising, and it's going to increase the amount of organic sales that you get. But this will never happen unless you try to rank for search on TikTok. And the easiest way for you to rank for search is you need to do a search for something on TikTok, see what people are searching for, and TikTok will literally tell you this by showing you other things people are searching for. And then you need to make sure that you're creating a better piece of content than those pieces of content that show up there. What do I mean by better? It needs to keep the viewer watching the video for a longer period of time. So maybe that means getting straight into the video right away. Maybe that means having a better hook. Maybe that means creating a video that actually shows off the results that your product gets. This is going to be different for every single search that you're doing, but you need to be creating content that has that search both in the hook and in the description, and this is going to allow you to easily rank for search on TikTok. In addition to that though, you need to make sure that you're creating trending content. No, I'm not telling you that you should be singing. I'm not telling you you should be dancing, but you need to make sure that you're taking advantage of whatever news is happening within your niche. And the biggest mistake that I see small businesses make is they're looking at their content in a completely wrong way. You shouldn't just be pushing your product, pushing your product, pushing your product. You need to become the news source for your actual niche, whether that be gardening or whether that be AI or whether that be tech stuff or healthcare or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. What actually matters is that you are getting people to tune in to what you're saying about the biggest brands in your niche, which may not be your brand, or the latest news in your niche, or a celebrity getting into your niche, or you can tie your niche to something that is going on within pop culture. And this is what actually gets people interested in your brand, increases your reach, and it skyrockets your sales on social media. And remember, the second that you have a post do well organically on TikTok, you need to make sure that you're pouring gasoline on it by then running it as an ad through TikTok's ad manager. And really the most important piece of advice that I could give you to skyrocket the reach that your business is getting is you need to stop trying to recreate the wheel. You need to see what people are already interacting with within your niche on TikTok, and then you need to create content like that, but make it better or make it different. That's what people actually want. I mean, think about it. The Mac, it wasn't the first laptop. The iPhone wasn't the first smartphone. But guess what they did? They did it better than everything else that came before it, and that's the way that you need to think about content. You need to, instead of coming up with some brand new idea or hiring some 18-year-old come up with some new idea, you need to find somebody that does the research so that you can create content that's actually better than what already exists. Because if you take what already exists and just improve it, that's how you're actually going to get views and how you're actually going to get sales, not by completely recreating the wheel. On top of that, you need to make sure that you're posting at the right time on TikTok, which is exactly why I created this video right here that shows you the best times to post on TikTok in 2024. If you want to know the best time to post, well, check it out. I'll see you over there.